We are at the start of another exciting day of trade this Friday morning, and we take stock of how US and European markets ended on Thursday evening, as well as how Asian markets have started Friday. The US jobs data was a positive, with first-time unemployment claims at 340,000 versus 345,000 anticipated by the Dow Jones. Mind you, this is an important metric for the asset purchase program of the Federal Reserve. The chairman, Jay Powell, had commented that unemployment numbers will be a crucial factor when it comes to tapering of the bond buying program of the Federal Reserve. This has helped the Dow reverse the losing streak. Mind you, the Dow has been down for 3 consecutive days till Wednesday, and the Dow on Thursday closed a third of a percent, or a little above a third of a percent up in trade. The S&P 500 recorded an all-time high closing, going up more than a quarter of a percent, and the Nasdaq 2 closing for a second consecutive day at an all-time record closing, going up around 14 basis points. Moving to Europe, markets were cautious in Europe but were aided by oil and chemicals. The STOXX 600 index was up for a second consecutive day, close to a third of a percent. The German blue chip DAX was up roughly a tenth of a percent. However, it has been on a losing streak on Tuesday and Wednesday, so the reversal on Thursday comes as good news. The FTSE 100 was up a fifth of a percent and was up for a second day in a row, and the CAC 40 was absolutely flat with a positive bias and was up around 7 basis points. Moving on to Asia, the Nikkei and the Shanghai have seen strong rallies and have gained for a fourth day in a row, ending Thursday. All Asian stocks have opened positive on Friday, with the Nikkei up a third of a percent yesterday, was also up another 0.4% in early trade on Friday. The Hang Seng though cooled off and closed around a quarter of a percent down yesterday. The Shanghai too closed up for a fifth day in a row yesterday and was up around 0.85%. The ASX 200, the Australian index, reversed yesterday's losses and was up around 0.5% in trade today morning. Yesterday the ASX 200 was in the red. Kospi also reversed some of yesterday's losses and was up a little less than 0.5% in early trade today. Moving on to commodities, oil rose to around 69.74 a barrel, and Brent rose with it to around 72.82 a barrel, given the good numbers coming on the jobs front from the United States. Gold too consolidated at the 1812 US dollars an ounce levels, and was up, and copper was up around 10 basis points. Moving on to the dollar and treasuries. The dollar index was down around a quarter of a percent, and treasury yields also fell to 1.292% in early trade today. Bitcoin was up at around the 48,600 mark. That's a roundup from global markets.